An absolute shockwave coming in the American financial system. I reported this week how America got downgraded from AAA down to AA plus in our rating. And Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and Biden just kind of shrugged it off and said, this doesn't make sense. And I'm going to share with you something else that just happened that could send a shockwave through the American financial system. Now, what I'm saying, you shouldn't fear this. You shouldn't make any financial moves based on what I'm saying. What you should do is provide yourself financial education and understand that everything changes, everything transfers. And the most important thing is what you do during this transfer. Use discernment. There is no get rich quick, but you can get wealthy for sure by understanding how the economic system works. Financial education should be your number one goal right now. So America got downgraded from AAA down to AA+. And after I explain the next thing, I'll explain to you what that means from a human level, breaking the complex into the simple, and how this affects you. Then it just was announced by Moody's that 10 regional banks also got their credit rating downgraded. And they said that there'll be more announcements that this may go into the larger banks, that they'll be downgraded. So what does this mean? So let me break down the facts, figures, numbers, logic. I apologize if I get a few statistics wrong. Do your own research, and then I'll come into what this means for you as a human being. So America's at 120% debt to income ratio. We have more debt than we have money in the system. Every single dollar in the system is someone else's debt. Without debt, we cannot survive. They had to raise and suspend the debt ceiling, which is pretty normal, but raising and suspending the debt ceiling to pay for critical services and borrowing from other countries when we're at 120% debt to income ratio, we have more debt than we have income, becomes a very dangerous scenario. So they raised the debt ceiling or suspended the debt ceiling until next year to pay for critical services. So now we have to borrow from other countries to pay for critical services within America. America just got downgraded from AAA to AA+, and the banks, 10 banks got downgraded in their credit rating. So now what does that mean? Let's pretend that we're as a human being as America. So if somebody came to you, or the credit rating came and moved your credit score from 800 down to 600, what would happen to your ability to borrow? Number one, it would become restricted. Number two is it'd be very expensive for you to borrow. So now America has to borrow for critical services, and now it's more expensive for us to borrow when our debt to income ratio is negative. So we have no money in the system, and then now the banks got downgraded. The banks are over leveraged. The feds cut off the money supply in the beginning of this year. They raised interest rates at the back end of last year, which inverted the bond yield, which sucked liquidity out of the banks. And banks make money in three ways: interest income, fee income, and capital markets income. They make money off of lending you money. When you put your money in the bank, they lend it to the next person, so they make a margin on that. They make money in the capital markets, which is crypto, stock markets, 401ks. And they make money off fee income, your bank accounts, the fees that you pay. So now what Moody's is saying, the banks are in a dangerous position with interest rates going up. You're no longer borrowing. And remember, in the beginning, every single dollar in the system is someone else's debt. So if you can't borrow, and companies can't borrow it cheaply anymore, they're now going to get tested. As Warren Buffett says, when the tide goes out, you'll see who has swimming trunks on. So now you're seeing the tide going out. As Jerome Powell said in 2020 and 2021, I'm worried about the middle class getting wiped out, leveraged towards technology, coming back to a new economy. Well, welcome back to your new economy. Blockchain technology, on-demand liquidity. So what I believe is going to happen, this is just my perspective, following Ray Dalio and the changing world, is basically we're in number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. When the country gets over-leveraged, less productive, weak leadership, we move into civil war and then global war. And if you take a look at my YouTube video, I'm reporting exactly the transition that's happening now. So is this anything to fear? Absolutely not. This is nothing new under the sun. This has happened in humanity over and over and over again. It will continue to happen until you break the cycle. It's not an outside-in effect, it's an inside-out effect. What we're experiencing is people's free will and decisions at a consciousness level for a long enough period of time, and now we're experiencing the chaos of that. So your job as a human being operating on this earth is to transmute that chaos into light, into energy. Is to take the chaotic environment to transmute it into activity. And the beginning is the end. In the end, you'll find out it's the beginning. So the beginning is today. What actions can you take today? You can create a budget. You can build a family structure. You can create some principles. You can follow that discipline and consistency, family structure and budget, and start to invest in capital markets as we transition into a brave new monetary system. And once we get into that new monetary system, you're going to see a parabolic move, a massive run up as the institutions come rushing in to these systems. Now, when that goes up, it's more important that you rewire the foundation. You'll end up in another situation because rich parents have rich kids and poor parents have poor kids. So if you don't rewire the foundation and provide yourself financial education and understand how money runs through the system, you're going to be in the same situation. So my recommendation, read the book Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Richest Man in Babylon, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Study the Bible, dive into your religion, whatever you believe. I believe in God, I follow the life of Jesus. Start exercising, start fasting. Find a like-minded community like the Warrior Academy. We have over 7,000 warriors. And get your shit together. And I promise you, the chaos you're seeing within the world, if you transmute it into light, you'll experience a completely different paradigm. But know that chaos is here and it's nothing new under the sun. We as human beings have free will to transmute this. So I love you guys. I appreciate you, as we always say. Warriors, rise! Get your shit together. Let's go. Now, I say this on every video. I will never proactively DM you. That is not me communicating with you. They're actually using AI technology to scam people. We do not have an investment platform. There is no get rich quick, and I will never ask you to send me money, ever. Linked in my bio, I have an Index Universal Life team, an insurance team teaching people tax-free retirement in the Infinity Banking concept. It's a free consultation with my team, and we also have an education academy called the Warrior Academy. It is not an investment platform. We will never ask you to send us money. I do this on every video to protect my friends because I love you guys, and you have to use discernment. There is no get rich quick. There's getting wealthy for sure by getting your shit together. Love you guys.